Hi everyone and welcome to French Riviera.
Riviera is an Italian word that means coastline, whereas Côte d'Azur, Coast of Azure, is a nickname given by France because the climate was very similar to that of the north of Italy, sheltered from the cold winds thanks to the presence of the maritime Alps. Here you can find many beaches overlooking a turquoise sea, fascinating mountains behind the coast, with picturesque and craggy villages on the rocks.
Nightlife, great food and fine culture and art.
The French Riviera is certainly an ideal destination for those who love the sea, the sun, beach life and nightlife.
But this place can offer also new itineraries.
What I propose in this video goes from Menton to Saint-Tropez, passing through Aise, Jean Cap Ferrat, Nice, Vence, Saint-Paul-de-Vence, Cagnes-sur-Mer, Antibes, Cagnes, Cap Roux, Port Grimaud and Ramatuelle.
So why not to try to cover the best of them in one magnificent road trip?
And which destinations should be included in our French Riviera bucket list? After showing you the best of each destination, I will tell you my top 3 that you cannot miss if you visit this astonishing land.
Menton is a picturesque town famous for its subtropical microclimate.
Framed by the mighty maritime Alps, you can find the ancient facades in soft pastel colors and beautiful gardens.
High on its rocky perch you find Aise, an extremely well-kept village, maybe too much well-kept, with a really nice exotic garden.
I suggest you explore this picturesque town walking the niche path and its narrow alleys. In Jean Cap Ferrat, walk along the peninsula. You will admire beautiful landscapes, small beaches and a crystal clear water.
As the French Riviera's capital and the France's fifth largest city, Nice has the most vibrant nightlife spot.
Don't miss the Baroque and Belle Époque buildings around the Garibaldi and Massena squares, and the peerless Chagall and Matisse museums. Surrounded by olive trees, the medieval town of Vence has preserved its narrow streets and shady squares within its 1,000-year-old walls.
Here you can admire the Matisse Chapel and the cathedral with the Chagall mosaic.
St. Paul de Vence has a picturesque alley with an incredible view on the Mediterranean coast.
It has its most authentic atmosphere in the evening when the hordes of tourists return to their coastal hotels. Named the City of Handcraft, Cagnes-sur-Mer was chosen by Renoir to spend the last years of his life.
The city is surrounded by hills and offers a postcard setting with the Alps and the sea in the background.
Antibes is a 16th century labyrinthine old town.
The village is surrounded by its bastions and charms those who visit it with its port, the Provençal market, art museums and much more.
We all know Cannes linked to the world of cinema.
But Cannes is also its promenade on the Croisette, the famous boulevard along the sea, the Suquette district, the oldest and most authentic area of Cannes, and the Marché for Ville, the historic covered market. At Cap Roux you can walk on a very scenic track with views on the Rocher de Saint-Barthélemy. Port Grimaud is a colorful seaside village with an intricate maze of canals.
This is the reason for its nickname of Little Venice of Provence. And like Venice, it's better to visit the village during the evening. Ramatuelle is in the Saint-Tropez peninsula and was founded to escape the pirates who terrorized the villages along the Mediterranean coastline.
Overlooking one of the most beautiful bays in France, Saint-Tropez uses the flavors of the Mediterranean Sea to offer us several Michelin-starred restaurants.
Each of these destinations requires at least half a day to visit. So the tour like the one I showed you takes at least 5 days.
So, what are the destinations that I liked the most? I think I will carry forever in my memory the Jardin Botanique of Aise inside the castle ruins on the top of the hill, the evening and the early morning spent walking through the almost deserted alleys of Saint Paul de Vence, and the city of Antibes with its Picasso museum suspended in front of the sea. In the description of this video you can read the tips about accommodation and where to have your meals. But I would like to suggest you taste the soca, the tarte tropézienne, pane bagnat, the Nice salad, the pissaladière, and the tourte de blé sucré. Read the video description to know more.
Enjoy your trip and don't forget to subscribe to my travel channel.